conditioning. The clicker is when you basically power up your clicker by clicking and then giving a reward. In this case, we're gonna do cheese. We just click. Alright, and then capturing a behavior is reinforcing a natural or occurring behavior. So what I did with that was around the house when he was just like randomly sitting down, I would just give him a treat and just say sit. I did that for a couple of weeks, and then by like the second or third week I could give the command sit and he would sit. Sit. Good boy. Targeting is where you get them to physically touch a part of their body to a part of your body. So I used his nose to my fingers, and I use this a lot in training him. So I would just hold out my hand, he would touch my fingers, and I would give him food. How I got him to actually want to go to my hand though is I used my treat hand to get him to target. And then I could get him to target up high. Good boy. I could get him to target to the other side. Good boy. Targeting in the hospital is very helpful, especially when you're working with larger breeds and you want to get them on the scale to weigh them. Just by showing them a few things, you could get them to step onto the scale, and if they're really good and they know how to hold, then you can get them to stay on the scale so you can get an accurate weight for them. Okay, adding the cue to a behavior is giving a verbal or a physical signal. So a verbal would be the command sit, stay, touch. The physical is the actual, like my two fingers coming out touching. Another one other than touch that I used was up, where I get him to sit pretty like that. He's still a little shaky on it, but I used touch with this. When I first started out, I would get him in the sit position, and then I would hold my two fingers up, get him to touch my hands. Good. And then from there, I would do up, hold, up, 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 hold, hold. Good boy. And that's how I got him into going up. The purpose of like the physical cue is so eventually you cannot say the word. For example, come here. I didn't have to give the command verbally, but he knows this means sit. One of the things that we actually need to work on is changing the type of reinforcement. So we're gonna go from food to non-food. And he gets this little pink bunny. Sit. Up. Up. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, go get it. Good job. Good job, Legacy, yeah. Drop it. Okay, generalization is applying concept or one concept to many situations. One of the things I'm going to revert back to is sitting. Basically, whenever he sits, he always sits in front of me. So if I want to get him to start coming to other places, I can get him to maybe sit on my right side. Come. Sit. Good boy. We also did this. I started doing my training outside, so I had him sit in the garage, sit outside, sit inside as well. Extinction in OCC is eliminating an unwanted behavior and turning it into the behavior you wanted. So for him jumping up, I did not want that. So what I would do is when he would go to jump up, I would just stop and turn around and completely ignore him. And then as soon as he would sit down, I would instantly recognize his sit, click the clicker, give him a treat, and give him a good boy. So now he sits or lays more for me when he wants my attention rather than